Yokai. Yokai are a type of supernatural creature in Japanese folklore. They might be harmful to humans, or they might be helpful. They often appear animal-like, but some can pass for humans. Some look like inanimate objects, such as tools. Indeed, tools that have gained spirits and become alive are called tsukumogami. Some yokai can shapeshift and are called bakemono or obake. Yokai can be found all throughout Japanese popular culture. There are novels, short stories, manga, anime, TV shows, and movies. Due to the popularity of manga and anime, new and original yokai are sometimes created, and knowledge of them spreads quickly. These new creatures now live among the classical yokai in a greater pantheon of supernatural entities. Let's look at a few examples of yokai. Rokurokubi. Rokurokubi is a well-known yokai. While they look almost human, there is one feature that sets them apart. Their heads can detach from their bodies. For one version of this monster, the head detaches completely and flies around. The most common form of this yokai, however, has an impossibly long and prehensile neck that allows the head to move around at great distances from the body while still being attached. Kappa. Kappa are similar to yokai, but are actually kami, gods. They are green and human-shaped, with webbed hands and feet, and turtle-like shells on their backs. Their heads have a depression full of water. If a kappa loses this water, it will be weak. It is important to bow when you meet a kappa. They will bow in return, causing them to spill the water on top of their heads. Kappa love sumo wrestling. Be careful. If you wrestle a kappa in the water, you might drown. Futakuchi-onna. Futakuchi-onna is a type of female yokai. The name means two-mouth woman. One mouth is the normal mouth on the face. The other is on the back of the head, with fully functional lips, tongue, and teeth. According to the basic lore, a woman is married to a miser who rarely eats or buys food. The woman forms a second mouth, which mutters and whispers and demands to be fed. If the mouth doesn't get food, it will scream. The woman's hair can move and delivers food to this second mouth. Nekomata. Nekomata are cat yokai. Some live in the mountains, and others are domestic cats that have changed into yokai. They typically have two tails. If a domestic cat has been abused and becomes a nekomata, it will seek revenge on its abusers. Experienced nekomata can walk on 2 feet, wear human clothing, play musical instruments, and have many other skills. Nekomata can also shapeshift into other forms, including human beings. Oni. An oni is a kind of yokai, similar to an ogre or a troll in Western folklore. They typically have one or more horns, are red, blue, black, or yellow, wear a loincloth, and carry a weapon. They are sometimes linked with gold or treasure, and can bring good fortune. February 3rd is a day called Setsubun. People scatter soybeans at home, crying out, "Oni wa soto, fuku wa uchi." It means, "Oni, get out. Good luck, come in." Kasa-obake. Kasa-obake are a type of yokai, and may also be tsukumogami. Tsukumogami are tools that gain spirits and become yokai. In Japanese, kasa means umbrella, so these are umbrella yokai. They generally have one eye, but are sometimes depicted as having two eyes, two arms, and a long tongue. They hop around on a single leg. Kasa-obake are considered the most well-known yokai based on an object. Kitsune. In Japanese folklore, kitsune are foxes that have supernatural abilities. These abilities grow stronger as the kitsune ages. They can bewitch people, change into other forms, including human beings, and often try to trick people. While at times portrayed as harmful, yako, they can also be guardians, friends, or even lovers, zenko. The older and more powerful a kitsune becomes, the more tails it will have. The maximum number of tails is 9. Tanuki. Tanuki, or Japanese raccoon dog, are an animal native to Japan. As a yokai, they can be called bakedanuki. They have the ability to shapeshift into other forms, including human beings, and can also possess humans. While not actually harmful, Tanuki yokai like to trick people and make them seem foolish. These yokai are often depicted as having impossibly large scrotums, which they toss over their shoulders like packs when they run. They also have large bellies, which they drum upon, making a sound like pom poko pom poko pom. These yokai were featured in an animated film released by Ghibli Studio in 1994 called Pom Poko, or Heisei Tanuki Gassen Pom Poko. Heisei-era Raccoon Dog War Pom Poko. Tengu. Tengu are a legendary creature found in Japanese folklore. They are sometimes considered yokai, but are also thought of as kami, gods. They are generally human in appearance, but can also have bird and monkey traits. They often have red faces and long noses. While at first having a dangerous warlike image, they are now seen as guardian spirits protecting mountains and forests. Several Tengu appear in the manga series Tonari no Yokai-san. An anime adaptation came out in 2024. Tonari no Yokai-san is a great place to start meeting yokai. There are so many of them in this series. Yuki-onna. Yuki-onna, or Snow Woman, is a famous Japanese yokai. In some stories, she marries an unsuspecting man and lives as his wife. Strangely, she always refuses to enter the bath. Finally, when forced to do so, she melts away, leaving only icicles. In other stories, she is carrying a baby. She stops passers-by and asks them to hug the baby. When they do so, they feel heavier and heavier as they become covered with ice and snow. They would often freeze to death. However, if they survived, they would gain great physical strength or be rewarded with gold and treasures. Yuki-onna appears in a lot of films, including 1965's Kwaidan and Kurosawa's 1990 Dreams. There are so many more. If you want to see a lot of yokai, modern and classical, check out the following works. They each contain large numbers of diverse yokai. Yokai-monsters, a film trilogy released in the 1960s. 100 Monsters, Spook Warfare, along with Ghosts. The Great Yokai War and The Great Yokai War Guardians, Yokai Daisenso and Yokai Daisenso Guardians. 2 films directed by Takashi Miike. Gegege no Kitaro, an anime series. Yokai Watch, an anime series. Come back later, there is more to come. Thanks for watching. See you next time.